You know I get shy, Gary. You know I get shy. You know I get shy. So is this gonna be real quick? Are you gonna kick me off the stage or can I preach? Can I say something? Well, first of all, our brother Jamie gave the nice one. I'm gonna give the bad boy one real quick. I'm so proud of Gary Gray. I'm so proud of yes, Cube, today is a good day. I'm so proud of Gary Gray. I've known him for so long. We were going to chase our dreams at all costs, which is something I want you to keep in mind when you look at F. Gary Gray. If you watch his filmography, if you watch his come up, if you watch his existence, it must be the definition of perseverance. It must be the definition of reaching for your dreams. Take a minute while we honor him, while we honor our brother with this star here. Take a minute to think about it in your own life and the inspiration of his work and what that means in your own life, because there is inspiration in this man. 1996, I went to the first premiere I ever went to in Hollywood. It was a couple of months before I went to Sundance, and it was a film called Set It Off. Set It Off. Now, you were seeing a lot of these female heroes in Hollywood now, but back in '96, we never seen anything like it. Gary Gray directed a movie with the baddest female characters we had ever seen in Set It Off. It to this day is one of my favorite movies. Then I did a film called Redline. Yeah. I heard you. I did a film called Redline in 2000. Right after I did the movie called Redline, I did a movie. I had the luxury of partnering with Gary on a film called A Man Apart. It, to this day, is one of the street's favorite movie, A Man Apart. And Gary was able to bring out all of that street that sometimes Hollywood doesn't allow a person like me to bring out, but Gary was able to bring that out. Then that movie named Redline came out, and then they retitled it, and they called it The Fast and the Furious. Gary Gray, while we're here, since this is a once in a lifetime, I'm going to get into it. Gary, when we did A Man Apart, they kind of set us up to failure. Can I tell you a secret? They told Gary that if he went over $1, if he went $1 over budget, they were going to take it out of his pay. Can you believe how they tried to set us up to fail? And this was right after that unfortunate time in the streets where we had the East Coast, West Coast, and I was coming from the East Coast and he was repping the West Coast. So it was a very volatile situation where we were able to get a performance to this day that I am so proud of. That came from this experience of A Man Apart. I don't know if we knew we were going to meet again someday. And then our brother Pablo passed away, and the studio Universal wanted us to make an 8th chapter. And it was a difficult time. And so they brought in someone that almost felt unlikely to me at the time. They brought in F. Gary Gray. And for a minute, F. Gary Gray and I thought they were trying to set us up again. I gotta tell you, man, I remember I was about a month away from starting to film Fast 8. And I was working with our brother Ice Cube up in Canada. And he got on the phone with Gary and he said, make sure you take care of my brother here. No, really, make sure you take care of my brother. We went to make Fast 8, and what Jamie had talked about in terms of F. Gary Gray seeking performances that were unheard of, he kept likening the Charlize and my relationship with Marlon Brando and Vivian Lee in A Streetcar Named Desire. And he said he expected that and more. He said, we're gonna go in and we're gonna hit every obstacle, every road bump, everyone's gonna try to hit us, everyone's gonna try to snipe us. You gotta promise me then, when we're done with this movie, we go to the premiere, arm in arm, brother and brother, head held high, proud, and never allow our brothership, ever allow our brotherhood to be broken. So we went to the premiere in Radio City Music Hall, arm in arm, brother by brother. And my father at the end of the movie came up to me and said, son, it's the best Fast and Furious I've ever seen. So Gary and I just went off like we do in our corner, just smiling and joking and laughing and saying, can you believe we beat all the odds? A week later they said it is the fastest movie to $1 billion in cinematic history. True story, true. So as we acknowledge someone that is long overdue, someone that is such a blessing to our industry, someone that has such an authentic voice, someone that has been contributing so much to culture. I gotta leave all that film stuff, all that Hollywood stuff aside and say, I'm just grateful to God that I have a brother named Gary Gray that's been rocking with me for decades. And I can't wait until that next day that Gary and I are walking on to that first day of filming saying, I'll see you at the premiere, brother, with smiles.
Thank you so much, Van Diesel. Before we introduce, actually, and present the resolution